Hi, my name is Stephanie Padfield. I live in Whitehorse, Yukon, and I am a massage therapist and yoga teacher here. I have a mental health condition known as borderline personality disorder, or more commonly known as BPD. It's been something that I've struggled with my entire life, and I am hoping to raise a little bit of awareness about it. BPD is a disorder rooted in severe emotional dysregulation, which puts you into extreme states of distress more often than not. After kind of finding my way out of the healthcare system and into privatized care, I found a therapy called DBT, or dialectical behavioral therapy. It's one of the only effective forms of treatment there are really right now for BPD. There's a lot of things that go along with the dysregulation and the distress. The model of DBT is based out of emotional regulation and distress tolerance, mindfulness, all of those kind of core pieces. People can experience all sorts of different symptomology with this disorder. It presents differently in everyone, which is part of the reason it's so hard to treat. I've been doing this therapy for about 7 years now. It helps you accomplish some separation between you and the feelings and thoughts that you have every day. It's based in the CBT model of how thoughts affect emotions, affect behavior, and how that cycle kind of feeds into itself, and how you can kind of intervene in places that are meaningful and create a better experience for yourself. I started doing yoga on recommendation of one of my DBT therapists about 4 to 5 years ago at this point. There is a lot of similarity and overlay in the mindfulness pieces of yoga, as well as the kind of separation from self and mind and body, recognizing that they're 3 separate things and that they don't have to affect one another, and at the same time that they do affect one another. The basis of yoga is very similar to the basis of DBT in that you can relate to the world and experience the world in really any way that you want if you can understand how to separate those 3 core pieces of yourself and essentially observe them instead of letting them control or consume your experience. I today do yoga for myself. For me, it's definitely a core piece to how I function every day, and I have started teaching it for 2 main reasons. One being that as a borderline with the fluctuations of how you feel about everything, I find that I need to have things incorporated and woven into my life. I obviously want to share it with everybody and try to give everybody the chance to feel how they can really feel the best versions of themselves. And it's not even about being happy or being sad all the time. It's about achieving balance and contentment and being okay with yourself and accepting of others. The stigma surrounding borderline is pretty extreme. If you do a quick Google search of borderline, generally you'll see a whole bunch of pretty horrible things. But because they're generally presented in a very extreme and intense way, they come off to the public as very differently than kind of where they're coming from underneath, which makes it very misunderstood and hard to understand. The best thing I can say about it is just try to think about what people are experiencing when you're in a situation with them, as opposed to judging the situation and judging them, because you never really know what's going on underneath. And with my experience, more often than not, people aren't coming from a malicious place, especially not consciously or not purposefully. They're generally reaching out or hurt or need acceptance or love, and it's our job as a society to come together and hold each other up and be a community, and that's how we're going to get through this.